Hello friends, it's Candace and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be on r/ am I the a-hole, specifically tattoos. So am I the a-hole? And then I searched tattoos. You can see it right here. I haven't actually looked at any of these yet, so hopefully we get some good ones. Okay, so let's just give it a start. Am I the a-hole for reacting terribly to my wife's new tattoo? My wife got a new tattoo today while I was at work. She told me she was getting a small Harry Potter one, but she wasn't quite sure where yet. While not a big fan of it, I told her to go ahead and do whatever made her happy. Well, when I got home, she showed me a little heart tattoo that she got on her wrist. I thought that was cute, but I was a bit confused as to why she changed her mind, as I thought we had a veto rule for tattoos, seeing as we may have to see these things the rest of our lives. After that, she says, "Wait, there's more." She lifts her shirt and shows me a poorly drawn vertical line style flower tattoo with a script below that has some lyrics from our wedding song. The first thing out of my mouth was, "Honey, that looks terrible." I know it was a bad thing to say, but I have very strong opinions, especially when it comes to tattoos, and she knows this. I think the idea of this tattoo is incredibly sweet, and I love that she's willing to put a memory of our wedding on her body permanently, but why would she not consult me about this first? I would have gladly paid 3 times the price for her to get a beautifully done tattoo. Yes, you are. It looks like that's already been voted on. I'm just going to try to be objective with my opinion. I think you are. If someone already has a tattoo, your veto rule that you came up with is meaningless. They have it on their body. And she just got it. Like, at least let it settle in. Maybe in a year be like, "Hey, I think you think you might want to get that done? Do you want to do more to that? Make it look a little bit bigger? I don't know. But that's not how you break the news that you think it wasn't done that great. Not the day after they got it and say it looks like crap. Especially something so meaningful. Oh, I would be heartbroken and just crying for days. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that it's not like she pitched the idea and you're just like, "That sounds awful," or what? Doesn't make sense. That's outrageous. That is so bad. Okay, next one. Am I the a-hole for refusing to cover up my tattoo for my friend's wedding? Okay, let me explain. I, 23 female, was invited to my best friend's wedding this February as her maid of honor. We live in a warmer climate area and it's supposed to be pretty warm on the day of her wedding. So as the date is approaching, she sent out links for the dresses she wants her bridesmaids and maid of honor to wear, and mine happened to be a halter top dress. 2 days ago, the bride, bridesmaids, and me, the maid of honor, all met up at my apartment to try on dresses and get the bride's judgment on how nice they looked and if she wanted any of us to order a new dress before the date got too close. When I walked out in the dress the bride had picked out for me, I got a few smiles of approval and she looked happy at first until I did a spin and she pointed out my tattoo I have on my back/shoulder blade area. It goes from my armpit to my spine and it goes up near my shoulder. Okay, so it's just big on the top shoulder. She ended up telling me that it doesn't match the aesthetic she's going for on her wedding day and I need to start searching for laser removal or find new makeup products to cover it up completely on the day of the wedding. I told her that is super inconvenient to have to smudge makeup on the entire back of my shoulder, and I'm not removing a tattoo I've had since I was 17 years old just for one day. I offered to get a dress more like the bridesmaids where it covers my entire back and will cover most to all of the tattoo, but she said I'm just going to have to cover it up because she wants me to wear that dress and that dress only, which I completely understand. She ended up calling me this morning and told me that if I don't cover it up, I would be kicked out of the wedding completely, and I don't think that's fair. Oh my gosh, that's so outrageous. It'd be like if I had a full sleeve and then my sister's like, "Oh, you have to cover that up." But you're not allowed to wear a long sleeve. You're not even allowed to wear a long sleeve dress to cover up your sleeve. You have to put makeup on. Could you imagine having makeup on a piece of your body? People are going to be hugging you with suits. You're going to have to be like, "Oh, be careful, my back has makeup all over it." Like, and to say you want the tattoo to be covered, but the solution is laser laser tattoo removal or makeup all over your back. Not even a dress, like, they can't even wear a dress that covers it. Like, they're lucky that this person's even willing to cover it with a dress, because I'd be like, well, I'm wearing this dress, especially if I paid for the dress, I'd be like, well, this is the dress I'm wearing. Sucks for you. Like, no one's even going to be looking at my tattoo. Ooh, that makes me a little bit mad. I'm like, how are you going to suggest laser tattoo removal before suggesting a dress that actually covers it? That is so outrageous. That the logic makes no sense. Like, she can't even wear a dress that covers it? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Clearly, I mean, I definitely agree with the vote of not an a-hole. Like, that is just outrageous. I can't believe, especially if all the other bridesmaids are wearing dresses that would cover it, like, she can't just wear the same as the rest of the bridesmaids. I know that usually the maid of honor can sometimes wear a different dress, but, like, clearly the style of covering your back isn't, like, that appalling to you. But, like, laser tattoo removal is, like, a better option for you. That's, like, that makes no sense. That bride is just whack. Am I the a-hole for being angry that my boyfriend got my name tattooed on him? So today's my 30th birthday, woo, and my boyfriend of 2 years revealed my birthday gift, a brand new fresh tattoo on his hip, my name with flower petals around it. I was honestly angry about this. Both of us have tattoos, so it's not the fact that he got ink that is whatever, but my name. I have no idea why he'd do this without consulting me and making sure I'm okay with it. I've always thought name tattoos, excluding your children, are tacky at best, and at worst look like you've been branded. He doesn't understand why I'm unhappy, and people are telling me to just accept the romantic gesture for what it is, but I just can't believe he'd get something permanent like this done without checking. I mean, at this point, all you can actually do is accept the tattoo for what it is. Like, you could break up with him just for getting the tattoo, but that seems a little bit silly. It's kind of it seems sort of impulsive to get the tattoo without telling you. I feel like he definitely should have told you before getting the tattoo, but I feel like once it's gotten, it's up to you to choose if you're okay with it or not. Like, if it's done, it's done. I would probably be, I can see how you would be angry about your significant other getting your name tattooed on you without your consent, because, like, I don't know, like, especially, like, with the whole stigma around, like, oh, it's a curse if you get the name tattooed. Like, what if you really believed in that? Or, like, I don't know, like, anything could go wrong, and it's your name. Even if it's going on their body, it's, like, your own name. Like, it just seems weird to not even ask. Like, is this something that you actually want? Just like, if someone got a portrait of me, I'd be like, why did you get a portrait of me? Like, this isn't what I would have wanted. Like, I don't know. Like, let me know what you guys think. Like, would you be upset? Do you think you would break up with someone over something like this? I'm like, I feel like I'd be like, oh my gosh, why'd you do that? But I wouldn't, like, at the end of the day, I'd be like, okay. But maybe I'm just, like, a little bit narcissistic or something, and I'm just, like, obsessed with myself. So I'd be like, okay, you can have my name tattooed on you. Anyway, let me know what you think. I mean, like, I don't think she's an a-hole for not liking it, especially without knowing that he even wanted it in the first place. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's done. So you can either choose to be okay with it or choose not to. And hey, it's a tattoo. It can always be covered up or lasered off. So I feel like it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Next one. Am I the a-hole? Oh, this one says a-hole, so it must be good. Am I the a-hole for asking my girlfriend to remove her piercings and cover tattoos when staying with my parents? My 26 male girlfriend, 27 female, is coming to stay with me and my parents, older, at the family home for a week. They have met before, but due to COVID, only virtually with grainy webcam from the shoulders up. She has tattoos on her arms and legs, easily covered up with long sleeves and trousers, a septum piercing with a fair few in her ear. She is otherwise very conventional and parent appropriate. My parents are nice people, but are conservative and very judgmental about appearances. I know her turning up with unconventional piercings and visible tattoos could be the difference between a happy week and a stilted, tense one. She says it's not okay for me to tell her to alter her appearance or what to do with her body, and I agree. But this is for a week, and she can put them back in and show her arms and legs after she leaves. She says they should accept her as she is, and I also agree, but I know them, and this will be a block for them that won't allow them to get to know her. And once they do, they may be more accepting of her choices about her appearance. It's really important to me that they get along and get to know each other, but she was very upset when I asked her if she would remove the jewelry and cover her arms during her stay. She knows I like how she looks because I tell her all the time, but she's acting like this is me saying I must secretly not approve. Am I the a-hole? Edit. This would just be for the initial meeting so they don't immediately snap judgment. I would never ask her to do this forever, and if even after getting to know her they had a problem with it, I would say that's their problem and to deal with it. So I'm like, if you think that's your problem and deal with it, then just like rip the band-aid off. Like, this is who she is. Like I think I've said this in other videos, but I tend to play devil's advocate. But like, say if it was just one dinner, like if it was one like couple hours, like just wear a long sleeve for a couple hours, flip your septum up, like wear your hair down, like I'm talking too much today. Like, maybe that's okay. Maybe. I feel like you shouldn't ask someone to change their appearance to fit someone else's views. Because I don't go around with my jewelry and, like, my piercings and tattoos being like, I wonder what everyone's going to think of me. I know what I think of myself. I chose myself to look like this, and this is what I want to look like. I'm not going to dye my hair brown so I can meet someone new. You know what I mean? So I think it's not really fair to just be asked to hide who you are. Like, these tattoos, these piercings, they're part of who she is as a person. And maybe, like, it's a bit of a stretch. Like, you shouldn't ask people to cover part of their identity, you know? But maybe if it was for a dinner, wear a long shirt during dinner, meet them, say hello, good first impressions, especially if you know for sure that they're not going to like the piercings and tattoos. Maybe I could see the good meaning behind that. You want them to get to know her first. But to go in, like, to a whole week, spending a whole week with your family, having to hide who you are for a week, having to, like, keep your hair down, wear long sleeves for a week straight, feeling like you're lying, feeling like they don't actually like you because you have tattoos and you're not allowed to show who you are. And who says this actually would be for just this one time? Like, if you live so far that they haven't met them before, well, I guess due to COVID, but like, it's just going to cause problems over time. Like, if your parents liked her, like, your parents will either like her or not, whether she has tattoos or not. And if the reason they're not going to like her is because of the tattoos, I don't think getting to know her before they realize she has them is really going to help. Like, if you want to help, just be like, yo, parents, she has tattoos. I love them. I love her. Don't say any sly remarks or we're going to be leaving, type of thing. You know, like, you got to stick up for your girlfriend. Yeah, that's a bad move. Don't ask people to change, like, who they are and how they look for you. That'd be like me wearing a certain clothes every day. You love me for my clothes that I wear every day, and then now I'm going to meet your family and you're like, you have to, like, dress completely different. Your style is not something they would like. Like, when have I ever dressed in this style because other people like it? I dress in that style because I like it. And if other people don't like it, they can suck an egg or something. Like, yeah, this is I wish it was juicier. I wish there was more drama. Okay, maybe the next one will have more drama. No, it's not the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for not paying for my sister's tattoo when I said I would? My 23-year-old female sister, who we will call Katie, turned 18 last month, and for her birthday she wanted a tattoo from a popular artist in our area. The tattoo grand total would take at least 2 sessions and be around $800, but that's including the tip I would give her. I told Katie that if she could wait, I would pay for her tattoo as a Christmas and birthday joint gift. I booked the appointment, paid the deposit, and that was that. Her appointment is January 25th. My husband's 13-year-old sister lives with us due to some unfortunate circumstances, and has for the last 3 or so years, pretty much since we moved in together. She has some disabilities and calls me Mom, which I don't mind despite only being 10 years older than her. We will call her Amber. We are in the process of adopting her, but that takes a while. Right now, we are her legal guardians, but not her parents. Already not the a-hole. Like, that's so much to deal with. I couldn't even imagine. Only 10 years older? You're telling me you're 23? Oh my god. You're 23 and you're basically being a mom? Oh my gosh. A saint. Katie came over for dinner the other day and was trying to tell me a story when Amber interrupted her to tell me about something she just thought of. I told her that Katie was talking and I would love to listen when she was done. This happened a few times, and each time I tell her to wait until Katie is done talking. When Amber goes a final time, Mom, listen to this, Katie slaps her hand down on the table and goes, she's not your mom, you effing... Oh my gosh, that's so bad. R word. My husband quickly escorted Amber out of the room, and I told Katie she needed to leave. I later texted her, told her if that's how she thinks of my daughter, then I won't be paying for her tattoo. She called me crying, saying that was unfair and that she's not my daughter, she's my sister-in-law, and I'm putting Amber over her. That's just like, it doesn't matter who it is. Like, that's just disgusting. It could have been a stranger on the side of the street. Like, you could disown someone for that. Maybe disown's a strong word, but like, I feel like taking back a gift that, oh man, that is bad. I told her that wasn't true, but I wouldn't allow her to call anyone the R word, especially someone so young and that I love. And that's the other main point. It doesn't matter the relation. If you love them, that's like messed up to say. Like, what? I ended the conversation with, I love you, Katie, but that's unacceptable behavior, and I'm not going to reward it with a gift that's almost $1,000. I'll find something else to give you for Christmas. I wouldn't give her anything for Christmas. She called me a B and said the two things weren't mutually exclusive, and I can't go back on a promise just because I'm mad at her. Like, oh, I can't break my pinky swear? Like, man, how old's her sister? 18. Man, someone's a little childish. Saying Amber had disability, I mean, constantly, she's 4 years old, she's a little girl. I think I may have reacted suddenly, and now I've had a few days to reflect. I think there may be something bothering Katie, and she reacted a hateful way because she bursted. I think I may need to have a long talk with her about Amber or my husband around. Usually, Katie is incredibly sweet and patient with Amber, and this outburst was incredibly out of character for her. This does not excuse the hateful and ableist slur against my child, and that will not get forgotten or so easily forgiven, but an 18-year-old girl doesn't go from being the sweetest girl in the world to her niece to calling them slurs. You know, I can kind of see that, like, if that's really out of character for Katie, the sister, I could see how it's like, I could see how it could be like Katie was just upset with something, but like, I feel like no matter how upset you are, like, that is just messed up. And I feel like even if the sister is going through something, I'm like, I feel like it's still not wrong to like take back that present. I guess take backsies aren't the right thing, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be able to like I would be so upset. Let me know what you would do in the comments. Like, would you fully take back the gift? Like, because that's your sister, but that's also someone who's close. Like, and does blood even matter if someone's being terrible? But what if that's extremely out of character for them? But apparently it's in your character if you said it at all, huh? But I don't know. Let me know. I hope everyone's doing all right in this situation. Man, that seems like a really sucky situation. Okay, let's do one more maybe. Am I the a-hole for not wanting my bestie to use me for tattoo practice? Oh, I might find this relatable, since I'm the one practicing on people. I love my best friend. We're both 30 and have known each other since we were 17. Over the pandemic, she bought a tattooing kit because she wants to do tattoos. I'm all for her learning a new skill, but she's barely practiced much with fake skin before starting tattoos on herself, her fiance, and some other friends. She sent me pics of these tats, and well, they're bad. Very shaky lines, unclean colors. Well, she asked if she could draw a tattoo for me and do it for me. I straight up told her no, not at least until she's had a lot more practice. I tried to be really kind and reasonable as I explained why. Years ago, I let my niece use me as practice and still have some bad tattoos that will need to be covered up / fixed. I'm 30 years old and I just don't want to do any more tattoos on my body that aren't professionally done. My bestie seemed to understand, but her fiance, who I don't get along with because he's a controlling person, got mad at me saying I need to support my best friend, and how will she get better at tattoos if she doesn't practice on people? I tried telling him she needs to practice more on fake skin and do small tattoos on herself, like my niece did, who, by the way, years later is working in a professional tattoo parlor as an apprentice. So could just start with the apprenticeship, right? And that is nothing personal against my bestie. Bestie is such a weird thing to say. I just feel I'm at that age where I don't want a bunch of tiny, shoddy tattoos on my body like I did when I was 18. And after she's had a few years of practice and can do a straight line, then maybe she can do something for me. But does this make me an a-hole for not wanting to give up my skin for her practice? I feel like even the reason she gave wasn't even enough to justify. I feel like there was some not enough. The reason she gave wasn't even the tip of the iceberg for the reasons why she shouldn't let her friend. First of all, any tattoos being done at home, you gotta question the sterility. Even if you have brand new needles, brand new cartridges, whatever, perfectly sterile cartridges, whatever the case is, you gotta think, where are these tattoos being done? Are they being done in a living room, in a kitchen? What kind of bacteria is there? Is there a carpet? Has this been properly cleaned? What kind of surface disinfectant do they use? Has this person taken a bloodborne pathogens test? Does this person use, I've seen things on TikTok where people just use towels to wipe a tattoo clean. Do they use, what do they use? How do they know they're being clean and sterile without a proper apprenticeship? There's so much nasty that's not even the quality of the tattoo that would be yeah, don't get tattooed by them. Because the quality of the tattoo, I feel like you can always fix up a tattoo a little bit. It depends on how bad it is, I guess, but I feel like you can fix up a tattoo a bunch, but you can't fix up hepatitis B. You know what I mean? You can't fix HIV. These are permanent bloodborne pathogens that could possibly be transmitted through the blood, which if this person's area is not properly disinfected and sterilized, if their equipment is dirty at all, if they're not handling the equipment properly, if they're not changing their gloves properly, that is just cross-contamination and possible infection, possible bloodborne pathogen transferring to inside your body, and then you end up with a permanent illness. You know what I mean? Or even a not permanent illness, but just something really bad and disgusting. But even then, this person's not even doing good tattoos. This person's not even working out of a tattoo shop. How can someone, personally, obviously, I would want, as a tattoo apprentice myself, I would like all my friends to get tattooed by me. But if someone's hey, I want a lot better tattoos right now, you're not doing the best tattoos, because I'm brand new, so obviously they're not going to be Ink Master perfect tattoos. I'm still learning, but that doesn't mean they don't like me as a friend just because they don't want me to practice. And I'm not even doing awful, crappy at-home tattoos that could possibly give you a really bad infection. You know what I mean? But so even then, like, especially if someone already has a bunch of tattoos, I'd be like, okay, especially them, I know they probably value their tattoos and their skin and the real estate they have left. I know they might want something else there. And I don't blame you. You know, I don't blame you if you want to get a tattoo from someone else. So I feel like it's kind of outrageous for the friend or the significant other to expect you to get tattooed, especially when it's not even through a proper apprenticeship. And like not even for gatekeeping of whatever, just like that's just unsanitary. Like something that you did when you were like 18, getting like tattoos done at home. Like now that you're 30, how can you still expect your friend to be getting at-home tattoos done when they've gotten so many actually good tattoos done? You know what I mean? I don't know. This one's, ugh. The idea of at-home tattoos is so gross because it's like if I tattooed in my room, I would feel like there's blood splattered all over. You know what I mean? So these people are just like tattooing in their room, sleeping in their room. Who knows what they're doing? Who knows how clean they cleaned it? Yeah, I don't think even if your friend was doing the most amazing tattoos ever, like if you don't want them to tattoo you, it's your skin, your body, your prerogative. Like that's what I gotta say on that. I think I'll end this video here. Let me know what you guys think about some of these. Let me know your opinions. Do they differ from mine / the majority of people, since I kind of ended up going with the majority for most of these? I think this might be like common opinions. So let me know what you think. Let me know anything that grinded your gears during watching this. And most importantly, let me know any other subreddits that you would like me to read, whether it's tattoos or piercings. Just let me know down below. I'd like to do videos on both for every subreddit. That'd be fun. And yeah, definitely let me know down below. Check out my tattoo Instagram, my personal Instagram. I'm going through an actual real life apprenticeship right now, so I'm still learning, so go easy on me, but I'm trying my best. We all gotta start somewhere. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I love you. See you in the next one. Bye! It's so hot in here because the heat's on. It's like in the summer it's hot in here because it's upstairs, but in the winter it's hot in here because it's upstairs and the heat's on and the heat just goes up. The camera's probably done now.